Coming up on this edition of Access Virginia Beach. The first major hurricane in years rocks the resort city. Find out how the city responded. Plus, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But does the same hold true for sharks at the Virginia Aquarium? They're not taking any chances. Find out if these guys got a clean bill of health. And we'll help you get ready for that all-important first day of school. That and more coming up as we access Virginia Beach. Hello and welcome to VBTV's Access Virginia Beach, a program that informs you of news and events from around our city and schools. I'm Mickey Aceto. Thanks for joining us. The month of August is one that will go down in record books for Virginia Beach. It all began with a record-breaking 5.8 earthquake and finished with the first major storm in years that left the resort city drenched and windblown. Hurricane Irene made her presence known, making landfall in North Carolina as a Category 1 hurricane and then heading northward to the Hampton Roads area. She dumped more than 8 inches of rain in the resort city, brought wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and left many without power.
Approximately 30% of the city lost power, which equals about 125,000 people. About 3,300 people evacuated in this storm. We opened 5 shelters. At the peak of the storm, we had 625 people in our shelter system.
To help minimize loss of life and property, the city also activated their Emergency Operations Center.
The city staff, all the employees, everyone was called out. They were there. I was listening at the Emergency Operations Center to our fire department, our police department, and our volunteer rescue squad. Everyone was well manned. The volunteer rescue squad was overstaffed. So it just tells you the quality of people we have living and working in this city, how lucky we are.
While the storm left streets flooded and many residents without power, overall, officials believe the city dodged a major bullet.
We really had prepared for the worst, and I think we fared better than we expected. In the flyover that we did down the 460 corridor and what we saw today around Virginia Beach and the surrounding areas, there are a lot of trees down. There were some roads flooded. There's some piers that are damaged. There are trees on houses, but certainly the beach erosion was not nearly what we thought. Given that there was a 7.5-foot storm surge, the 4th highest ever at Sewell's Point, it certainly could have been a lot worse.
Preliminary reports show much of the damage was in Sandbridge, where a reported tornado ripped through the roofs off 2 homes and damaged 3 others. The Little Island Pier and Virginia Beach Oceanfront Fishing Pier suffered from Irene's force as well. Officials believe advanced warnings and preparation helped minimize damage from the storm.
Well, I think this event that we just went through will help us improve on the next one, because anytime even though it didn't turn out, and we're blessed that it didn't turn out to be a bad hurricane, it still allowed us to go through the drill to be prepared for one when it does happen, and it will happen.
Because of the action plan and upstaging city departments and being ready to respond to this incident, we had the beach open the next day. And that was a tribute to our city employees that went out there and really took care of business after the storm.
From Florida to Maine, Irene left her mark, causing havoc all along the eastern seaboard. This was also the first hurricane to threaten the U.S. in 3 years. The total cost of damage from Hurricane Irene hasn't been calculated yet. To help the calculation, the city is asking residents to report any hurricane-related damage at vbgov.com/damage report. Of course, storms can hit at any time, so it's important to be ready before it makes landfall. Residents should plan ahead by knowing the dangers of the storm, having an evacuation route, and preparing an emergency kit. That kit should include manual can openers, first aid supplies, plenty of water and non-perishable foods, a flashlight with batteries, and, if possible, 2-way radios. Make sure you have enough supplies to last 3 days, and don't forget to make plans for your pets. They also need shelter and supplies. Log on to vbgov.com/hurricane for a complete list of emergency preparedness information. Keeping Virginia Beach clean is a gigantic task. In fact, each year, waste collection crews make over 6 million pickups and collect more than 20,000 tons of waste. Now, that's a lot of trash. And as Access reporter Diana Cartwright shows us, the Waste Management Division offers many services to help keep our city sparkling.
I'm sure everyone recognizes this. We fill it to the brim every week with unwanted items, and then poof, magically they disappear. But it's not magic. Every day, city employees are out doing your dirty work.
Well, we put about 70 trucks on the road every day, and that could be 100 plus crew members, and we service about 30,000 residents every collection day.
The city's Waste Management Division is here to help with your household needs. Everyday trash goes in the black bin, recyclable items in the blue bin. What about your yard debris?
Yard debris we can take care of with clear plastic bags for leaves and grass, and that's up to 25 bags per week per house. And then prunings from your shrubs and that sort of thing, up to a 4x4x4 pile.
Items too big to fit in a can require a special pickup. But that's as easy as a phone call, an email, or an online request at least 24 hours in advance. By following a few simple tips, you can make everyone's job a little easier.
We ask that you not put more than 200 pounds in the black containers, but it is very efficient. When you place them at the curb, if you could provide at least 3 foot of clearance if possible, and then also overhead clearance. Watch out for overhead trees and power lines, that sort of thing.
With service to over 30,000 residents daily, occasionally misstops do happen. With questions about your service, call 385-4650 or log on to vbgov.com. Reporting for VBTV, I'm Diana Cartwright.
When the 2011-2012 budget was adopted this past July, it included a new trash fee for all households in the city. The $10 per month fee will begin this January and is expected to bring more than $14 million annually. Tune in to the next few editions of Access Virginia Beach as we explain how this fee will affect you and why it's needed. When Fido hurts his paw or Fluffy has a bellyache, it's fairly simple to round them up and head on over to the vet. But what do you do when that pet has really big teeth and fins?
Today is Shark Physical Day at Virginia Beach.
Staff at the Virginia Aquarium knew exactly how to handle the situation when 5 sand tiger and 2 nurse sharks were due for their semi-annual checkups. So just how did they manage to corral the sharks?
We have a large barrier that goes into the aquarium, and we have about 6 divers that man that barrier. And basically what we do is we have 3 divers in motion in the tank, and we corral them. It's a lot like herding cats. Go, it's gonna dig.
Once in the smaller tank, aquarium staff and veterinarians were there to make sure the sharks were in tip-top shape.
1, 2, 3. Big girl. Big step on.
We're going to catch them up. We're going to ultrasound the females, check their reproductive status, get blood samples. The husbandry group is going to take basic morphometrics, that's measurements and weights on the body, and so we can watch them grow and make sure they're in good shape.
Homer, Mystic, Ranger, and their 4 finny friends all got a clean bill of health from the doctor. And although it wasn't a day at the beach for all involved, it's a crucial procedure.
It's really important to make sure that we have a good understanding of the health of the animals. And since they can't talk and they can't tell us if they're not feeling well, they can't tell us if they're having a good or bad day, being able to take a look at them closely rather than just watching them from a distance is really important.
Double Notch, a sand tiger, was the largest of the bunch, tipping the scales at 273 pounds. The sharks get physicals twice a year. Coming up next on this edition of Access Virginia Beach, it's the most wonderful time of the year for parents. We'll help you and your family get ready for back-to-school time. Plus, the East Coast Surfing Championships take over the Oceanfront. We'll have that and more when we return.
Step back in time to learn the story of determined individuals who wanted more for their children. The Union Kempsville Museum tells the story of the first and only school for African American children in segregated Princess Anne County. Located at the Renaissance Academy in Virginia Beach, the museum contains artifacts from the school's history like old photographs, athletic equipment, and prom queen crowns. Interactive features keep the stories of triumph alive. The school may be closed, but the legacy lives on. Visit the Union Kempsville Museum, a story for all people.
They are the largest volunteer-based group of its kind in the country. They respond to over 40,000 calls a year. They have saved countless lives. We're talking about Virginia Beach's Volunteer Emergency Medical Services, and they're looking for you to join the ranks. From medical emergencies to life-saving interventions, EMS volunteers are state certified, highly trained, and ready to respond around the clock. Training classes are held regularly and are tuition-free. So if you're ready to make a difference and can commit 48 hours a month, then volunteer for Virginia Beach EMS.
Virginia Beach Schools Parent Connection is your one-stop resource for information and events which support families and promote student success. On September 21st, from 7 to 8:30 p.m., learn tips and strategies for effectively parenting your teen. The early teen years are a time of rapid physical, intellectual, and social-emotional change, and parents and children can feel overwhelmed. Learn how to help your teen through this dynamic phase by attending this free session at CHKD in Norfolk. Call 668-7000 for more information or to register. On September 27th, learn about the power of play at a free workshop presented by CHKD in partnership with the Coles Foundation. Learn why playing with your children is important to your relationship with them and their own development. Learn how to communicate with your child through play and how to build a playful family system that promotes emotional and physical health. The event is planned from 10 to 11:30 at the CHKD Health and Surgery Center at Princess Anne. Call 668-7000 to register. To learn more about these activities or to see a complete calendar of events, visit the Parent Connection page of vbschools.com.
Welcome back to Access Virginia Beach. I'm Mickey Aceto. Now that kids are starting to fill the empty halls and desks at school, that also means buses are back on the roads. The Virginia Beach Police Department wants to make sure your child's trip to school is a safe one. Here's this month's crime prevention tip.
It takes desire, ability, and opportunity for a criminal to take advantage of you. Eliminating the opportunity is your first step toward protecting yourself. As the start of the school year approaches, it's time to think about ways to keep our children safe while going to and from school. Consider sharing watch responsibilities with a neighbor so your children have an adult overseeing safety at their bus stops. Also have a responsible person at the bus stop when they return home. And parents continue to report safety concerns of any type to a school administrator, teacher, or resource officer, or call the police non-emergency dispatch number at 757-385-5000. Call 911 for emergencies. Students play a critical role in school safety too, so teach them to report dangerous or suspicious behavior. Above all, be alert. Protect yourself and your children. Don't give crime a chance. This tip is brought to you by the Virginia Beach Police Department's Crime Prevention Unit.
And if you're wondering where your child's bus stop is located or even what time the bus is coming, log on to vbschools.com. A complete list of school bus schedules can be found on the school division's Back to School page. September 6th marks the big day. That's when close to 70,000 kids head back to school. So now for the important question. Is everyone ready for the first day?
Yeah, sure, we'll go with yeah.
Well, there's no need to worry if you're going to Kingston Elementary. They're rolling out the welcome mat for families.
Today we're hosting our Welcome Tea, which is an event for all families who are new to the area and new to Kingston.
It's important to inform parents of the opportunities that they have to volunteer. It's important for the school's point of view because this is our first opportunity to meet our parents, to make a good impression, and to let them know that we have a welcoming environment and that we want to see them in the schools.
Parents met with the staff and learned the ropes while the kids had some fun in the gym. To make that first day even easier, new students even got a tour of the school.
I think it will help them because it increases their comfort level here because they know that they're welcome here and they know their way around the school.
Kingston Elementary holds this event each year. If you're interested in volunteering there or any other school in the division, log on to vbschools.com. With the kids getting ready to roll back into the hallways of learning, many parents out there believe that the summer fun season at the beach is over, right? Better think again, my friend, because the annual Neptune Festival, beginning September 2nd, will once again be attracting thousands of guests for its 38th annual run.
Oh, it's the city's official celebration that marks the end of the summer. And it's a great opportunity for all the citizens to come together to have a good time, to volunteer, to be with each other, and to take back the beach.
Recognized as one of the largest and most successful gatherings on the East Coast, the festival has many events.
There are just hundreds and thousands of people down here because we draw a great crowd. And all day long there are things to do, there are places to go, there are activities to take part in.
The celebration includes an art show, athletic events, and much more. At the sand sculpting contest, rated the #1 of its kind in the country, local charities will be the benefactor of a small entrance fee.
The first time this year there's going to be a very small charge, $3 for an adult. Children under 12 are free. The reason we're doing that, of course, is two things. One, help cover the costs, which are very expensive. After all, you have to take good care of your sand sculptors if you want to get the best in the world. And the other thing is so that we can share with some charities. And this year, our charities are Make-A-Wish Foundation and the Governor's School.
The month-long festival ends with the excitement of Boardwalk Weekend, an art show, parade, surfing contest, plus musical entertainment on 3 stages. The big weekend starts on Friday, September 30th through Sunday, October 2nd. Exact times and locations are listed on your screen. A complete list of events is also available online at neptunefestival.com. The Coastal Edge East Coast Surfing Championships took over the Oceanfront for the 49th year in a row, but this year's festivities were a little different. These are not the normal sights and sounds of ECSC. Hurricane Irene put a damper on many of the festivities.
As you can see, there's a lot of deconstruction activity going on. This year, obviously, because of Hurricane Irene, we're having to close the competition early.
Although the concerts, skating demos, and beach sports were a washout,
4, 3, 2, and 1.
The surfing competitions were still a go.
The surfing world and a good portion of the United States found out about ECSC this year, and I think that's a good thing to come out of it. And certainly we've contested a lot of surfers. Unfortunately, we didn't get in all the other competitors, but almost 1,000 surfers took part, and they did it safely and they had a good time, and that's what it's all about.
The East Coast Surfing Championships normally draw more than 100,000 competitors and visitors to the oceanfront, and it is the second longest continuously run surfing contest in the world. And with that, we've come to the end of our show. But if you've missed something or would like to see it again, you can view this program online. Log on to vbgov.com/eStream, then find and click on Access Virginia Beach. For everyone here at VBTV, I'm Nikki Aceto. Thanks for watching.
Any questions?
What kind of service plan does this come with?
Unlimited.
Can I keep my same phone number? Does it have a camera? What's the warranty? Can I put my party shuffle on this?
Any questions?
No.
For the 10 questions everyone should know, go to ahrq.gov.